Today's video is all about something we all struggle with: how to stay motivated when learning English, especially when you just don't feel like it. I know that feeling. You start with all the energy in the world, and then one day, boom, zero motivation. So in this video, we're going to talk about what really helps me stay consistent and actually enjoy the process again. Let's get started. You won't believe this. Yesterday, I was listening to an English podcast, and halfway through, I've realized I wasn't even paying attention anymore. My brain was like, nope, not today.
Oh, that's so relatable. I swear. Sometimes I open YouTube for listening practice, and 3 minutes later, I'm watching cooking videos.
Exactly. People always say, just stay consistent, but they never explain how to stay motivated when you're mentally exhausted.
Yeah, because motivation isn't like a switch you turn on. It's more like a wave, right? It comes and goes.
Totally. But recently, I found a few tricks that help me stay on track, even when I don't feel like studying.
Okay, now I'm curious. Don't tell me yet. Let's make people stay till the end.
Deal. But here's a little teaser. It has more to do with how I listen than what I listen to.
Oh, really? Now that's interesting. So, what got you into learning languages in the first place?
Hmm, good question. It started when I was about 14. I used to listen to pop songs and look up every lyric. That's how I learned my first English words. It wasn't even studying, it was just fun.
That's the best kind of learning. You don't even notice you're studying. I had the same thing with Spanish. I was addicted to a Netflix show, and suddenly I understood entire scenes without subtitles.
Yes, that's the magic moment. But after that first phase, things get harder. You start feeling pressure, like you have to get better faster.
Exactly. And that pressure kills motivation. You start comparing yourself to other learners. Like, why is that person fluent already and I'm still struggling with listening?
Oh, yes, I used to feel that way all the time. But then I realized maybe it's not about how fast you learn, but how deeply you connect with what you're learning.
Wow, I like that. So you focus on connection instead of perfection.
Exactly. That changed everything. Now, even when I'm tired, I still do a bit of listening practice, but in a way that feels relaxing, not like a chore.
Okay, give me an example. What's your routine like?
So, in the morning, when I make coffee, I play a short video in English, something simple, like a travel vlog. I don't force myself to understand every word. I just listen. Sometimes I even repeat out loud while walking around the house.
That's clever. It's like you're training your brain naturally. Passive listening that doesn't feel like studying.
Exactly. And guess what? After a while, I noticed my listening improved a lot. It's like my ears got used to English sounds without me even trying too hard.
That's awesome. But let's be honest. Do you ever feel lazy or demotivated?
Of course. Sometimes I don't even want to look at my phone. But when that happens, I remind myself why I started. I picture myself traveling, meeting people from other countries, speaking freely, and that keeps me going.
That's such a good reminder. When you have a strong why, you'll always find a how.
Exactly. And speaking of that, there's a funny story about how I got my motivation back once, but it's kind of embarrassing.
Oh no, now you have to tell me.
If you've ever felt unmotivated while learning English or any language, you're definitely not alone.
Yeah, and in the next part, we'll share that story and some real tips that actually work when your motivation disappears. Okay, so last time you said there was a funny story about how you got your motivation back. I've been waiting for this.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing, but fine, I'll tell you. So, a few months ago, I was watching this interview in English, trying to practice listening. I was feeling confident, like, yeah, I got this. And then suddenly my phone rang. It was a friend of mine from abroad.
Oh no, I can already tell this is going somewhere chaotic.
Exactly. She started speaking super fast, and my brain just froze. I understood nothing. I panicked, pretended the connection was bad, and hung up.
Wait, you hung up on her?
Yes, I literally said, sorry, bad signal, and then just sat there staring at the wall like, wow, I need to get my listening game together.
That's actually so relatable. I think we've all had that moment when you realize your English isn't as ready as you thought.
Exactly. But that moment changed everything for me. Instead of feeling bad, I used it as a wake-up call.
That's a great mindset, turning embarrassment into motivation.
Yeah, and after that, I started doing listening practice differently. I stopped trying to understand every word and started focusing on getting the meaning. Even if I missed something, I didn't pause or rewind, I just kept going, like in real conversations.
That's so powerful. It's true. In real life, no one waits for you to hit rewind. You just keep listening and adapting.
Exactly. And after a few weeks, I noticed something amazing. I could understand English speakers better, not because my vocabulary exploded, but because I stopped stressing out.
Wow, so it's more about mindset than method.
Yes, motivation isn't about forcing yourself. It's about enjoying the process and accepting that it's okay to make mistakes.
That's so true. I think people lose motivation because they expect perfection. But if you treat language learning like a journey with ups and downs, it becomes fun again.
Exactly. Like when I listen to podcasts now, I don't pressure myself. Sometimes I just listen for fun, even if I don't understand everything.
Same here. And honestly, when you enjoy it, you remember more because your brain isn't stressed, it's relaxed.
Totally. That's why I always say don't wait to feel motivated to start. Start small, and motivation will follow.
Yes, and surround yourself with English. Songs, series, even people. The more your brain hears it, the more natural it feels.
Exactly. And one more thing that really helped me, celebrating tiny wins. Like when I understand a new word in a movie, I literally smile to myself. It's silly, but it works. Same here. Sometimes I repeat a line from a show perfectly, and I'm like, okay, Oscar goes to me. See, that's the energy we need when learning. So if you're watching this and feeling stuck, just remember it's normal. Motivation isn't magic, it's a habit.
Exactly. And every time you show up, even for 5 minutes, you're building that habit. And that's really what makes the difference.
I love that. So maybe the real secret to staying motivated is not waiting for motivation at all. It's creating it every day, one small step at a time.
Yes. And honestly, that's how you fall in love with the process. Not because it's easy, but because it makes you proud of yourself.
That was beautiful. I feel motivated already.
Me too. Okay, let's wrap this up before we start another language.
True. Guys, if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what helps you stay motivated to learn English.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your stories because trust me, everyone's been there.
Exactly. And remember, keep listening, keep learning, and most importantly, keep going. See you in the next one.